What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're just here in the backyard. We've got our bunny foods. Chickens have eaten. We are just starting the day here, guys, and this is not a video that I like to make, but again, with these kinds of videos that we have posted before, sadly, it's just a part of having animals and the joy that we get from times like this. Oh, we gotta open this up. How do we open this up? You know what? I think we're just gonna, there we go, right up here on the roosts. There they come. Oh, I like these bunnies so much. I haven't posted them for new homes just because we're trying out keeping them. Might have to give them to a new home because this one seems to keep escaping, which is why they're not loose in here. I'm not exactly sure how it's getting out, but that one just loves to escape and be a little Houdini escape artist. So I think Houdini is a proper name. Black and white bunny is a really good bunny, and he or she is trying to find the foods. Now we got both bunny roosts. Gonna also fill their area with some of this food here. They need to put on a little bit of weight since we've saved them. So guys, today's video is not about the bunnies, but it is about these amazing animals that we have, and part of having them is also dealing with the losses from different things. There's a lot of different diseases these guys can catch without us knowing. There's a lot of different things that can happen in an animal's life, and the part of having animals that stinks is that they usually go before us. Now Cracker, he might live for another 60 years or so, so we could have him for a long time. That parrot is a really pretty boy and he's doing great. The iguanas, they live for a good amount of time too, and they're really healthy, but this snake that we've only really had for about a year because we got it from last year's Daytona Expo, sadly in the new enclosure that we put it in, there was a mite infestation. We had problems with mites before, what we did a video on. I think we were able to treat all of those mites before, but then in the new enclosure, which we did, I'll roll some clips of that now. Just a beautiful enclosure setup, and something that I've always wanted to have with a green tree python in it. He was doing really great in there, Mr. Grinch as we named him, but I don't know if the person who sold me that enclosure through OfferUp knew about the mite infestation that was in the enclosure. I think the moss retained a bunch of mites. They love a moist habitat. Let's go inside really quick while Cracker seems to want to talk to you guys. This is the tank that we're talking about, guys. Look how amazing it is. We've got a bunch of fish in the bottom, a bunch of tannins in the water that come from the wood waterfall that runs down throughout the whole system. This is an amazing enclosure, and to tear it all the way down would just be heartbreaking. I don't want to take this thing all apart. You could see how much work it is to set something up like this. To tear it all down and then have to reset it back up would just be a lot of work. So I'm thinking that without anything in it, we can reset this. The mites will not have anything to feed on. I'm not exactly sure how long a mite will last without a host. So if you guys know, comment down below. I've dealt with mites countless times in reptile keeping. Obviously I have these other reptiles around here. I've got Spike the rhino iguana right here, and he's doing all good. We're trying to get a better relationship with him because he's a little scared of me still. We've got the day geckos in the other enclosure that's all sealed up. But guys, we're trying to get the mites out of here. And what really stinks, if I haven't mentioned it yet, if you clicked on this video, you kind of know what's going on. Mr. Grinch, the green tree python, has sadly passed away, and he was covered in mites from this enclosure. I was gone for about 2 weeks and didn't really notice. I don't know how I didn't notice the mites until they got really, really bad. Started to treat him and he was doing really well, but as he sat in the solution, I think he was very stressed out from the mites. Once they get around their eyes and the pits in their face, it can just be very stressful for the snakes, and it really stinks that me as a keeper, I didn't catch on to the problem as soon as I did. So I had to take matters into my own hands, trying to soak the snake and get those mites off, which is very difficult to do. Ended up, I think the snake got so stressed out that he could not pull through any longer, and sadly he did not make it through the full treatment. When I got him out after a couple days of soaking, he was very weak, lethargic. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I tried putting him back into here. Even if he still had some mites on him, I figured it would be better that he's used to his enclosure, hanging on the branches instead of in a flat tub. Really, really sucks, guys. Just one of the worst things that can happen. But we don't want this video to be totally negative. It is going to be updating you guys a little bit on what's going on here at the house. And guys, look how beautiful this panther chameleon is. He has grown so much, and look at all of the colors he is getting. I'm apologizing for Cracker. He's making a bunch of noise over there, but we've got all these blues that have come in, all these red barrings, and he's a wild caught panther chameleon from down here in South Florida. Oh, crawling on my face. He says back up to the tree. Can I get back up into this tree? Is he off? Oh, there he goes, sorry. He is just turning to be a big, beautiful chameleon boy. And I can't wait to see how vibrant these colors get as he's getting bigger. We just got him a bunch of crickets. And he loves coming out here to these low-hanging trees and just hanging out, getting some real sunlight. It's just some enrichment for him. So we're gonna let him crawl around for a little bit, guys. But let's go get Mr. Grinch. Guys, this is one of the hardest animals I've lost because I like this guy so much. I had to build a relationship with him. It's one thing if you get a really nice snake from the start and you just start handling them and they're good, but this guy was a little bit of work, so that helped us to build more of a relationship and breaking a boundary with him where he wasn't comfortable and then became comfortable with me to hold him. That meant a lot to me, and now that I won't have him anymore, it really is just something that stinks, but hopefully we'll be able to find some other green tree python similar to this guy. I really am a huge fan of the species. They're just absolutely beautiful. And if you guys can't watch this, he's here in this bag. Sadly, I did have to freeze him so that I could do this proper burial. This is really sad to see him like this, but he is not suffering anymore and he is in a better place. So that is, I guess, the positive side with this, and it's just even hard for me to hold this guy and look at him like this. So I think we're gonna wrap him back up here. Not a fun thing to do and not the best day here, but it is what it is at this point. And what we're gonna do is give this guy a proper burial. So with that being said, guys, let's pick a special spot in the yard. We got a little inchworm. Boop. Where are you inching off to? Look at this beautiful little guy. We're gonna put you right up here. I'll put you right there. So many beautiful creatures around us today. And that is what I take joy in seeing. Again, videos like this really stink to make, but as long as we try our best with this, and you know, it's a learning experience for different reasons for me, and maybe you guys can use it as a learning experience for you. As far as keeping these animals, there's always something that can go on, something that can go wrong. So making sure that you do the best you can is very important. Also doing the correct research and watching videos like some of my content or some of the other amazing YouTubers or just people who blog online. There's so much good information online to learn about these animals before keeping them, which is not exactly the case here. It's just a problem that we had, an outbreak that got really bad and the animal was not able to pull through. But we've picked a little spot here. The only issue is we've got some roots here that we've got to cut through a little bit. This is where like the softest dirt is, it seems. So we're gonna dig out a little hole and then we'll be ready to carry on with this. We have our hole, and now we have said our goodbyes to this guy for the last time. Again, guys, this is really hard for me to do, but I don't only share the good experiences on here. I try to make this very realistic. You guys follow my life, and I know some of you guys out there really cared about Mr. Grinch and like seeing him on the channel and the other animals here. So I have to let you know if something tragic happens to them like this, because it's only right, as you guys, as my supporters, as supporters of the channel. I can't do this stuff without you, so I like to be fully transparent with this stuff and let you guys know what happens. But we're gonna cover this guy up now, and I'll see you when we're done. So Mr. Grinch, Like I said, he's in a better place, but now hopefully we can figure out what is going on with that terrarium. We'll update you guys on what is going on. I guess it's called a paludarium, technically, with the water and the land features and everything going on in it. That's a technical term. But guys, if you guys want to see how that terrarium was set up and everything that was involved with it, it was a really beautiful setup. You can check out that video. I'll have it linked right here if I can put it right there. Otherwise, guys, check out some of the other videos on the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned to see some of the next animal friends that we now have the space and time for, because we always want to get some new friends here. And now that we have the amount of space at the house, we're probably going to have somebody else coming in. So I'll see you guys in the next adventure. Thank you for watching. Peace.